The name, please.
Ed Brown.
What about you?
Mr. and Mrs. Ed Brown.
You dear boy, so sweet of you to come.
Thank you, Mrs. Wright. Right.
And Mrs. Brown, I want to present you to His Excellency Prince... what a charming creature you are. I'm delighted you've come, Mrs. Brown.
Well, she's not, that is, she...
He's trying to tell you that I'm not Mrs. Brown. Oh, well, where is Mrs. Brown?
Well, she's in Detroit, Mrs. Wright.
Oh, really? He means his mother, Mrs. Wright. Right. Mr. Brown is not married. Oh, how stupid of Henry. He should have said Miss Brown. I might have known she was your sister. She's so young and so charming.
Well, she's Miss Allard, my secretary.
Oh, your secretary? Yes, his secretary.
Yes, my secretary.
Oh, yes. My dear child, it was sweet of you to come. Don't be upset by my stupidity. I might have known. Now, if you'll excuse him for a few minutes, I'm going to present him to my guests. Oh, you must talk to my secretary, Stanley. I'm sure you have a lot to discuss. You'll find her in the library. Come on, dear boy. There's a lot of important people that I want you to meet. You've no idea how they'll help you. Oh, Your Highness, I want to present Senator McVickers, Mr. Brown.
Oh, how do you do,
sir?
And his very charming daughter, Jane.
How do you do?
How do you do? I've heard about you, Mr. Brown.
Well, I've heard a great deal about you, too, sir.
Be careful. He's a very dangerous man. He investigates all of us.
Nonsense. I only investigate people who need investigating. Tell me, Mr. Brown, how is our airplane production getting along?
Well, it's pretty tough, sir. I've run into a lot of opposition. I can't find out how to get things done in Washington.
I've been trying to find that out for the last 30 years.
Oh, come now. Washington's a very beautiful place. All you need is to know the right people.
Smokey, what on earth are you doing here?
I'm wondering the same about you.
I get it. You're here with Brown.
Who did you come with, Dana?
Nobody.
Saw Senator McVickers in there.
I'm supposed to meet him here.
Saw his daughter, too. She looks darn nice.
Yes, I believe she is. Look, darling, you know Washington. Right now I'm riding on the senator's coattails. What I need is to get my teeth in a good administration scandal. Blow the lid off.
You don't like the administration, do you?
Not when I'm on the outside. I'll be for the administration when I'm on the inside. I'm only joking, darling. A Senate committee's job is to protect the public.
How?
By digging out the facts for the newspapers. Smash and smash hard, right on the front pages.
I seem to have heard that phrase before.
Believe me, I've had my troubles with Senator McVickers. He won't believe anything is wrong. He's too full of two ways to look at it. He doesn't realize his power. No sense of the press at all.
I'm going home.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, yes, I am. I'm fed up with Miss Wright.
Are you scared?
Scared.
The name, please.
Mr. Dana McGuire.
Mr. and Mrs. Dana McGuire.
Oh, there you are, Dana. I don't know what's the matter with Henry. He should know you. I want you to meet, Mr. Brown, Mr. Ed Brown, Mr. McGuire, dear. And don't be deceived by his charm. He's really a wolf in sheep's clothing. What I mean is, he's counsel for the McVickers Committee.
How do you do? How do you do, Mr. Brown? I've been wanting to meet you. I'm a friend of Miss Allard.
Oh, yes, Mr. Brown, Miss Allard.
Miss Allard is my secretary.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, your secretary. How stupid of me. Dana, dear, will you take Miss Allard out in the garden and introduce her to that nice young lieutenant? He's dying to meet someone his own age. And Jane McVickers is waiting for you.
Thank you, Adele.
I hope there's no poison ivy in the garden. My dear boy, I'm going to take you in tow. You must not be seen outside your office with your secretary.
Why not?
Well, it makes a bad impression. One can't make a move in Washington without it being talked about next day.
Oh, what is it to talk about?
Oh, my dear Edward, I'm no fool. The way you look at her, I saw it at once.
You saw what?
You're in love.
In love?
Well, yes, of course.
I assure you I'm not, but if I ever do fall in love, it'll be my own business. Will you excuse me, Mrs. Wright? I want to find Miss Allard.